Hi, I'm Richard Griot, and welcome to my garage. Since I founded Griot's Garage in 1990, I've devoted my life's work and energy into creating car care products and processes that not only will enhance your car's appearance, but make taking care of your car enjoyable, so you can have as much fun in your garage as I do in mine. In this instructional DVD, I'll cover the basics of how to use our paint cleaning clay to get your paint ready for machine polishing, sealants, or wax using our professional random orbital and our car care products. I understand that you already know how to wash your car, clean your wheels, and wipe down your interior. However, if you'd like more information about proper car care techniques, refer to our Detailer's Handbook, Car Care for the Perfectionist. It's filled with everything you'll need to know, along with a lot of great tips and tricks too. Keep in mind, no professional actors have been hired for this DVD, so you'll have to bear with me. The good news is that this DVD is short, and I'll show you how fast, safe, and easy it is to machine polish your vehicle to perfection, even without any prior experience. Before I show you how to use our random orbital, it's important to inspect the surface of your paint. Look for swirl marks, scratches, and scuffs, and note the condition of your paint before you start. If you don't know what kind of protectant you have on the paint, it's a good idea to use our paint prep to remove old waxes and polysilicones. Trust me, people sell a floor wax as a paint protectant, and you want to make sure you remove this stuff. Next, remove surface contaminants with our amazing paint cleaning clay. Oils, dirt, brake dust, tar, and acid rain deposits from the environment form tiny particles that stick to your paint. You can't always see these contaminants, but you can feel them and actually hear them when you rub your fingers across the paint. Polishes may remove these contaminants, but they will also remove paint and wax. I like to wear nitrile gloves so the paint cleaning clay doesn't stick to my hands or get underneath my fingernails. Our paint cleaning clay is amazing. While there are many different grades of clay, some are very coarse and will scratch paint. Others are too dense and leave a hard to remove residue on your paint. Our clay is extremely mild and pliable and will remove a variety of surface contaminants. Make sure the surface is clean and cool. Tear off a piece of clay and begin kneading the clay into a ball and pat it into a flat pancake shape. Speed shine plays an integral part of the claying process. Speed shine provides the lubricity that the clay needs to glide across the paint. Without speed shine, the clay will stick to the paint. Start by spraying the clay that's in your hand and then a 2-foot section on the vehicle's surface. Wipe the clay back and forth over the surface, making sure to keep your speed up. You don't need to rub hard, a few passes will do it. If the clay starts to stick to the paint, it's an indication that you need more speed shine on the paint. For larger specks of tar or overspray, you may need to make more passes and press down a little harder. You'll feel the clay move more easily as it cleans the surface. Wipe the area dry with a clean 100% cotton cloth or microfiber towel. Now feel the paint. Your paint surface should feel silky smooth. As you use the clay, the patty will flatten out. Keep kneading it into a ball and re-flatten. This keeps the contaminants suspended in the clay away from your vehicle's paint. Work in small areas and don't let the speed shine dry on the paint surface. Your initial ball of clay should do the entire car several times unless your paint is very dirty. If you see large chunks of tar, dirt, or sap in the clay, pick them out. If you drop the clay, pick out the chunks and discard them so they don't scratch the paint. And if you can't, discard that piece of clay. When you store the clay, put it back into its container, spray a few squirts of speed shine to keep it moist, and seal the lid tightly. I suggest you clay your vehicle every time you polish or wax to ensure the surface is contaminant-free. Remember, our paint cleaning clay will not remove your wax or sealant. We also sell a special glass cleaning clay for your windshield and rear glass. Once you're done with the clay, you're now ready to polish out any scratches or swirl marks you want to remove. There are many misconceptions regarding polishing and what the term means. Simply put, when you polish, you remove very thin layers of paint. Don't worry, I'm only talking about microns. With our polishes, especially Machine Polish 3, the thickness of the paint removed is not measurable, but you can see the scratches disappear. The best way to polish out scratches or remove oxidized paint is with our professional random orbitals. I know this is where many of you get nervous, and I know what you're thinking. Don't machines put those terrible swirl marks in my paint? Yes, if you use the wrong machine and the wrong polishes. I've developed a safe, fast, and fun system that you can't mess up. But first, let's talk about polishing machines. The Griot's Garage Professional Random Orbital is a professional duty machine. It's perfect for the weekend user or the professional detailer. It has enough torque so it won't bog down and stall like other random orbitals. Direct drive polishers, on the other hand, are the ones you've heard all the horror stories about. They are normally seen in paint shops and used by some professional detailers. They rotate in a single action like a drill and operate under high heat, high speed conditions. Combine this with a heavy polish, a wool or cotton bonnet, and they will remove paint very quickly and burn through the paint in thin areas and edges. Direct drive machines also leave behind uniform scratch marks everywhere, even with a safe foam pad. Stay away from this type of machine no matter how talented you are. Here's another machine that you may have seen on the market. It's big, hard to manage, requires twice the amount of pads, has only a single speed, and when it comes to maneuvering the machine around certain body panels, it's very cumbersome. Works good on jumbo 747s, but is of little use on vehicles with any sort of curves. The pads also expose a metal shaft that could interfere with the body when too much pressure is applied. As for the pads, the center is hard and may scuff your paint if allowed to hit vertical bodywork. We sell two types and sizes of the professional random orbital machine, pneumatic and electric. For this video, we'll stick to the electrical machines, but they both work on the same principles. The 6-inch random orbital will cover most of your needs. It's great for large hoods, trunks, doors, fenders, glass, you name it. It has plenty of torque, and the size of the pad covers a lot of area quickly. But when you get to the bumpers, pillars, windshield cowling, and the valance around your license plate, motorcycle gas tanks, you may want to invest in a 3-inch random orbital to perfect the smallest of areas. Use either one though, and the list is endless of what you can perfect. Whether you're polishing your paint, taking watermarks out of glass, rejuvenating the gel coat on your boat, polishing chrome bumpers, restoring an old silver trophy, or buffing out your bald spot, you are going to love our professional random orbital machines. Our professional random orbitals operate in an orbiting motion while it spins around. Even at the highest speed setting, the system I have developed is completely safe. Our specially developed foam pads combined with our machine polishes and waxes allow the paint to remain cool. It's important not to bear down your weight on the machine. Allow the weight of the machine to do the work. Polishes are a key part of the system for the safe use of a Griot's Garage random orbital. Polishes have varying degrees of very small abrasive granules. As the polish moves over a surface, these granules remove the material they are moving over. Ideally, you want a polish which is just strong enough to reduce or eliminate the visibility of the scratch. Too aggressive of a polish, and you remove more paint than is necessary and risk putting additional scratches in the surface. Our polishes are sold in various grades depending on the severity of the scratch and swirl marks you want to remove. Machine Polish 3 is a micro polish with specially developed polishing granules that break down into smaller and smaller particles as you polish. Machine 3 is for fine polishing and is a fantastic, gentle polish that you can use with complete confidence. Machine Polish 1 is our most aggressive polish. However, it is about half the abrasiveness that is found in other paint polishes. Machine 2 falls between 1 and 3 for moderate scratch removal. Machine Polish 4 is an ultra-fine polish. I use this polish for nearly flawless, ultra-hard paint, or paint that is delivered new from a dealer and already has micro-fine swirl marks in it. It will eliminate those swirls and is especially great for dark paints. I recommend having all 4 polishes on your shelf so you can choose the perfect polish for the job. If the scratch is so deep that you can see the primer paint or metal, or it goes through the clear coat on a 2-stage paint, the only correction is to use touch-up paint. If the scratch is not deep but can be felt with your fingernail, the best way is to reduce the visibility of the scratch by polishing the surrounding area. Essentially, it is not worth reducing the paint thickness to get down to the base of the scratch and eliminate it entirely. Using our Best of Show wax after polishing will hide a deep scratch. If the scratch is less serious, swirl marks, toweling marks, and automatic car wash scratches, these are easy to remove. The idea is to remove enough paint around the scratch so the bottom of the scratch is now level with the surface of the paint. Now let's start polishing. Our specially developed foam pads combined with our machine polishes and waxes allow the paint to remain cool. Cool paint eliminates the fear of burning through your finish. It is important to use a separate pad for each machine polish or wax. This way, no contamination occurs between the pads. The pads can be marked on the side or back with a permanent felt pen to keep them separated. Use our orange pads for Griot's Garage machine polishes and one-step sealant, and our red pads for Best of Show wax, Carnauba wax stick, and Griot's Garage paint sealant. Center the foam pad on the machine's backing plate and press into place. Pour Machine Polish 3 on the pad and spread it around the pad as you would butter a piece of bread. Cover the whole pad evenly with a thin amount of polish. This eliminates the halo effect by simply putting a quarter-sized dollop or line of product on the pad. If you're getting splatters while polishing, you may have too much product on the pad. Our polishes are designed not to fly off or splatter everywhere. Always start with Machine Polish 3. Why? When you start with Machine Polish 3, it lets you evaluate what type of paint you have. Believe it or not, some paints are hard and others are soft, and until you know how hard or soft your paint is, it's best to be safe using our mild polish. Softer paints are easy to polish out, and you'll notice a dramatic improvement with just one pass of Machine Polish 3. Harder paints may require you to increase the speed and bear down a little harder to remove swirl marks. I always start with Machine Polish 3. If you have deeper scratches you'd like to remove, Machine Polish 1 or 2 may be the better choice. Again, if you have nearly flawless ultra-hard paint or paint that is delivered new from the dealer and already has microfine swirl marks in it, using Machine Polish 4 may be the better choice.